So I'm calling the meeting to order. So it's the pledge of allegiance.
Yes.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So all the members are present.
Chris.
Now it's the by selection of officers.
Nomination.
Would you like to do the chair this year? Yeah, you sure you do the chair?
Yeah, I'll be the vice chair.
The vice chair.
All right.
Sounds great.
So we have a nomination for our current president to be nominated again. Bonnie, will you second that nomination?
I second that.
Okay, all members of the committee in agreement? Aye.
Aye.
So we have,
Sure.
thank you. And I'd like to make a nomination of Bonnie as vice chair. Will you second that nomination?
I second the nomination.
And do we have a full accordance for the, and Bonnie will be our vice chair.
Aye.
And then I guess we have the nomination for the secretary. Just start with
Yeah.
Julie.
It would be Carlos, I will be here to continue the minutes for you.
Oh, great.
So
So we nominate Carlos to be the secretary.
all in favor?
He seconded that, I'm sorry.
I second the nomination. All right, so it's the annual reorganization meeting.
Do we want to make a motion to accept the minutes from?
Last year.
Yeah, I'll make that motion. Bonnie, will you
So I
second?
second it.
And we agree on the acceptance of the minutes. Yes,
Is there any way we could do a meeting where the minutes don't come a year later? Like a quick meeting with you
We're-
guys so that the meetings, the minutes
the
from the
board
year
of auditors
before.
is only scheduled once a year, so that's why we don't get a chance.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, if you could just have like a little small second meeting so that we can see the minutes
Oh, that's
before a
something-
year.
Right, and your name is?
Katie McCoskey,
Okay,
5112 Range Drive.
okay. So that's something maybe we want to discuss privately, whether or not we want to add a second meeting and whether or not it's in compliance with the ordinances.
It just, yeah, it seems a little weird that it takes a year to get the minutes from the previous year.
Well,
When do we have the minutes ready? I mean, it depends on.
So draft minutes don't get released until your next meeting occurs, and then they're can be released in draft form, or until they're. So the minutes from January 7th, 2025 have not been posted on the website and won't be posted on the website.
Until they
So-
approve it right now.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Okay,
Thank you.
so we will take that into consideration.
I appreciate that.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. And can the minutes show that her name and the fact that she's requesting a second? Thank you. If that's okay, Madam Chair.
Okay. Sounds good. So the new business on the agenda is to set the supervisor employee rate of pay, which has not changed from last year, from what I understand. So all in favor of this,
Well, let's make a motion. I'll make the motion to increase the rate of hourly rate of pay to 27.39.
Be clear, it's not increasing, it's staying the same.
It's staying the
The same as
same.
down here.
Second.
Okay. So there is no increase in the rate of pay. This is what they're receiving. And the board agrees.
Correct.
Are there Yes.
I just came in, so I missed majority of the meeting. But, I just wanna point out, I spoke with the supervisors and pointed out in 2 meetings. I'm a previous auditor. And we always had cap hours for the supervisors. And since from 2018, there are cap working hours. And in 2022, Mr. Pride has requested the auditors to do a 770 cap hours per supervisors. So that went in effect. So 2022, 2023, 2024, the 770 hours were there. But in 2025, the Board of Auditors, which you were present, and we had Audrey Hawkins. Somehow it got disappeared, the 770 cap hours. So when we came close to end of the year, Mr. Pride's term was over. I request timesheet still, and I still review it as a resident taxpayer. And I questioned him on it. He told me that we can revisit this subject at the Board of Auditors reorganization meeting. So I'm here as a taxpayer. What happened if he didn't get elected? And that was another question with the Board of Auditors during my time. When he goes over, and if he didn't get elected this year, how would he pay back to the supervisor, to the township, the residents? So that's a question that you need to think about. And secondly, I realized watching the meetings from 24, 25, that none of you have asked about the cap hours, never questioned him about it. So like, I advise that you go back from 2018, read all the minutes and the proposals and question him. He always had one job description, but now he asks multiple job descriptions. I asked that he detailing on his timesheet, write a description of how many hours and what he did. Because being a webmaster, please just tell the residents, what did you do? Because I and certain people do visit the township page. We don't see no changes. Only an upload of the agenda and whatever needs to be advised to the residents, the open development project, like whatever. But as an auditor, I want you to watch the supervisors, what they have done. Because if a resident does come and asks, you are liable because you are approving the hourly rate. So, and you need to set the cap hours. So I requested that numerous times. So as a webmaster, and you follow, how many hours do you think a webmaster should spend? We know it's not an everyday. It's only once a month or twice a month. But then we know that people in the office have access and upload the stuff too. And secondly, there's other job descriptions that he has. Assistant to open office record. That's the right to know stuff. And correct me if I'm wrong too, Jacob, with the job descriptions. That should not take that much. How many right to know does the office get? Who does the majority of it? He's only an assistant. He's a backup to Julie. And then we also have another admin. I don't know her job description. What does she really do? So how many hours, calculate that? And then there's other job description he has. Calculate that also. So it's up to you. You're in charge. That's what Board of Auditors do. And I know Jacob is not happy. I've been calling him out. But today's the day for me as a taxpayer asking you to please follow and be more detailed on his job description and how many hours he needs to. So you might want to revisit, change the 770 cap hours to decrease it or increase it based on the budget. And that's it. Thank you for listening to me.
I'd like to question.
What do you know about your role as a auditor?
Well, I don't know about the other members, but we've been at the job for a while and we are aware of its responsibilities, if that's what you're asking.
Are you given have you reviewed the budget and the
We
timesheet
have
before
access.
this meeting?
Yes, we have access.
You have access, but have you? Do you attend township meetings to know what's going on?
I do the best that I can, but I have in the past. I can't speak for the other members of the board.
Well, there's been some serious problems with money just being given away. And evidently you're not aware of it. And it's your job. Your job is not to come here and to do what your friends have asked you to do. You're here to represent the taxpayers. Now, Jacob's timesheets are atrocious. I went to the state police about it. They tell me what we need is a forensic audit. And I believe we need that. Are you aware that, when you're elected, the first year you're elected, what you're set, the hourly rate is set, has to carry through for the 6 years of your term? You can't increase it while they're in there? I believe you have, haven't you?
Say it again.
Have you increased their pay every year?
Well, I think once.
You're not allowed to do that, like Jacob is just starting his new term. What he gets this year, he has to carry on for 6 years. I don't believe you've done that. He's gone way over, how many thousands of dollars?
When I
46.
questioned him in October, it was 4,000 something that he owed because he went over the 770 cap hours. That was done in 2022, and I do have the proofs here. And it automatically rolls over until it is changed.
I'm gonna jump in here. The board of
go ahead
Auditors
and
has
continue,
no
Lonnie.
authority. You can think what you want.
Okay,
We have gone through the state legislature, we've gone through the laws and reviewed them. The board of auditors has no authority to set caps for the working supervisors.
so from 2018.
No,
There is-
please let the board conduct their business. You
No, I
What the
understand that,
board
but
of
the
auditors does
truth is,
that
and
they
I have,
set an hourly.
I can
rate
show
for
you
the
on
board of
paper
supervisors.
that you have set before
The
cap hours.
supervisors have agreed to set self-imposed caps because at the time, all of them were working. And that was at the desire of the board of supervisors. The board of auditors.
So it's all on the board of supervisors.
Set a cap.
All of this is up to Jacob. If he gets paid $1,000 million or $500,000. In 2022, they did state.
Not for the board of auditors, simply to create it, that it states that supervisors cannot set their hours or rate. It's up to you.
It's up to you guys.
Tell you what they want, but again, you don't have to agree.
Also, in 2022, they did state similar concerns. Talking about supervisors being paid twice and 3 times for the same job. There was concerns already. These are minutes that are publicly available. If you look at their timesheets, like Jacob loves to write park and everything, but then he went out and hired somebody for what, $50,000-$60,000, and I don't know what he does, it's around here in little bumps. There's a big question where all this is going. Now, legally, he can't that more than he can't. It has to be when he was first elected. The rate then is what is set for the term of the year. Now he's out of a job, so now he wants to come back and he wants us to keep him. He's had his hand in the cookie jar too damn long. It's time we shut the lid. Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So I'd be happy to respond. A lot of what you've heard is not the truth. We're happy to outline our legal position, and we've resolved litigation on this in the past with the Board of Auditors. Neither of my 2 colleagues are employed by the township at this point. They did not want to do that. Michael never has. Robert did in the past and decided not to the last few years.
2 years.
Please let me finish. In terms of the administrative growth, we've had a lot to respond to, a lot of years of not being able to effectively address things, especially right to know requests in particular,
That's a lot.
which are. Please allow.
Excuse me, my husband was the supervisor and that was a lot. Jacob, you're gonna sit here and try to get out of it.
Yeah, and I also had a right to know.
Well, can I please finish?
Can
We've let you speak for hours on end at every possible meeting.
Okay.
I just want to explain
Everyone's
that.
had an opportunity to make their accusations. It's our understanding that they are that, at this point, just accusations. Let the man respond.
We have not had any issues in our audits that are conducted by CPAs in the last, I think it is 2 years, it's been Riley, in the past it was Perk Suma. We've had
Excuse
no,
me,
we've
you were
had,
in default last year, and
I,
I questioned you that on Zoom, I couldn't come in person.
Let's let him finish, okay?
He wasn't default, that is a good point.
Okay. You'll be able to respond to whatever he said after it's done. My assumption is that you're putting everything in the minutes, so. Madam Chair, when you're ready, you can intervene this one.
alright. The administrative growth has been a necessity. Right to know requests have nearly doubled in the last 2 years. It's been important for us to be able to respond to those. We've had a proliferation, not just of citizen requests, but they're also from corporations, people seeking to do land development, doing due diligence. And I think quite frankly, it caused a backlog, which necessitates, Julie would have to spend more time on that than we'd like. I'm able to step in here, I've got experience on each of these. Emergency management, the deputy. That's important, particularly with all the national events coming up, America 250 and whatnot, so. The county office of emergency management is usually where that training is. I will be required to complete those. I have no issue with the full-time commitment. As far as the website. It doesn't seem like a daily thing on its face, but there's a lot that goes into it, just basic updates. That are not necessarily content, but settings or in terms of the functionality of the website, mobile versus desktop. We've spent a considerable amount of time making sure projects that are in the public interest, all land development, including page the open developer projects, which I reorganized in the last year. We changed, so it's a little bit easier to navigate, differences between conditional uses, land development plans, special exceptions, all that. So that is on there. I'm quite qualified in that. I was the person who initiated redoing our website from the beginning. In 2020, when I took office during my first term. Happy to answer any specific questions that you might have, but as township manager said, the board of supervisors is the one with the authority to set the caps. We did not do that in the last year, and we didn't do it this year. They expect me to be full-time. I'd be subject to the same personnel manual, just as I am currently with part-time employment. And that's under the direction of the township manager.
I actually do have a specific question. You said
I'm
that
trying
you'd
to
be
answer-
happy to answer any specific.
I'm
questions.
trying to answer questions from the Board of Auditors. I'm not going to spend time defending myself.
I don't need
To
you
the
to defend
audience.
yourself, I'm just asking, once the website is set up. And you just post one thing a week. How much time do you expect us to pay you for that job?
It's not one time a week, it's constant.
It's not constant,
It-
I watch the website constantly. Maybe once a week, you post an update. There's nothing
There's-
really on social.
We're working on.
So I'm just wondering, how much do you expect hourly for that job specifically, Jacob?
I mean, the range, it's like, I don't know, between 4 and 8 hours a week, it depends on the volume of what we get. I log, the general tasks that I do, at least in categories on my timesheets, as you can see.
Yeah, I
that is-
requested a right to know for
I'm
your
I'm trying
time
to
sheets,
talk to the.
but you won't give them to me. I would like specifically what you do in each category and how many hours you do that.
We're happy to
And
provide.
what we're paying
We're
for.
happy to
If
provide.
I'm giving you a right to know.
Okay.
It's not denied, 30 days pending,
And
it's still open, and I'm still within the right to know responsibility.
okay,
My question,
and then we have to wait till next January Remember Jacob told me in the meeting, see you in January, here I am, Jacob. And you knew I was gonna ask these questions. You knew it. I
Okay,
gave you the right to know in November.
would it be possible to just put all of this in writing? And,
To the
then-
Board of Auditors, so
then we
we can see
maybe
what
respond.
your grievances are and then, and try our best to.
Would you like a copy of my right to know?
Well,
Would you?
are the time looks available online somewhere?
What's
The,
We don't publicly that.
it goes,
No.
Yeah, there's no excuse, they should be done right away. They don't take time, Julia.
Board of Auditors to have this, it's online, it's archived documents. You can see the pattern, the Board of Auditors
This
archive.
is actually also when I'm requesting the internal control letter that hasn't been present. It is, Julia has it, there's another copy.
What I wanna ask, and I don't mean to be nasty to you, but if you don't attend the meetings and you're not active, how the hell do you know what's going on? Do you know that Levenheim just, when they did Marshall Falk, just nicely gave $10,000 away to the house they bought because he felt sorry for the people? Do you know he paid a real estate commission, which is against the law? Do you know, you don't know what's going on? I realize they have a CPA come in, but you need to be involved. You can't just come in here once and just sit and Jacob tells you what he wants and you do it. I really think we should stop paying supervisors, period. Two of them stopped, it's time Jacob stops. It was never done, of course, we had more professional people. Jacob says he's qualified to high school graduate, excuse me, Adam B. Strasberg, might as well forget it. I mean,
While
You people
you work
need to-
on your discrimination over there, I'll just correct the record a little bit. So I went to ESU. I have a degree in political science and a concentration in public administration. I've been here for 6 years. In between that, I also was chief of staff for Maureen Madden in the state legislature for 2 years before running another campaign last year. I've got ample experience in this field. I don't need to defend myself against the likes of this, but I'm happy to answer questions that the Board of Auditors would have.
I do think that you are entitled to make cap hours and decide what we're paying these people. It's actually written down, she already showed you. That is your job. And then also, again, I would like to request that we don't wait a whole year to get the minutes from last year.
Yeah, that was something that I requested during my time, and I
okay,
could go more detailed.
maybe we
And
can
I'm
do
pretty sure
maybe a Zoom
Jacob
to accept
will agree with me,
the-
or Mr. Levenheim might agree with me. I requested that he sat down when I first began, to sit down with the auditors quarterly and tell us what they have accomplished based on what other townships are doing. But I was kind of brushed off, didn't like the idea of it.
Okay, so Madam Chairman, if I may make a suggestion.
Sure.
For us to be able to get our arms around everything that's been said this evening, as well as to respond to an accusation of sorts concerning our level of involvement. What I would like to see, provided Madam Chair Lady is in agreement, is for each one of you as constituents, right? To write in detail what your grievances are.
I did, right there, I just
Okay,
handed
all
it to
right.
you.
I'm not addressing you specifically right now. I'm talking to these two young ladies, okay?
They have
So-
to.
Okay,
Can you
thank
tell us what training you've had, how many township meetings you've attended? Have you
Well-
had the budget beforehand? Did you know that you can't increase their pay? After the first term, you can't increase it for the next couple of years, did you know that?
I
So
can,
not true.
I'm sorry, Jacob, it's true.
It's not, and when your supervisor was, when your husband was supervisor for 18 years, there were several increases there throughout his term.
I know that, it's
Yeah, but we're
wrong.
talking about the 2024, the new act that's been approved.
No, that is different. Supervisor compensation for being supervisor is entirely separate than employment within the township. That is correct. That doesn't increase midway through the term. That is done. Either your ordinance is tied to what the state is, which the state recently changed it, or your ordinance has to be updated accordingly. And in our case, it's tied to the state.
And who controls the ordinances, Jacob?
Board of Supervisors vote.
Oh, yeah, huh, that's so funny. The thing about it is also. The thing that you seem to be doing is appointing yourself. Into a lot of
Well,
jobs.
again, there's a lot of accusations that we are not in the position to answer
That's
right now.
because you're not involved.
That's because you're not involved.
Okay,
We're bringing you up to speed because you show up once a year.
right now.
So I'm just letting you know that he has appointed himself
Sure.
quite
Right
a
now
few
we have-
jobs.
Right now, we have a very limited agenda. We need to approve the pay of the supervisor.
I understand you need to approve that that's what we're
And it's
speaking
not-
about. We are speaking
We got
about
it.
the
I
pay
think-
of the supervisors who
I
has
think the secretary
appointed
said-
himself
I think the
17
secretary
jobs
said that
in the
let's-
township.
Let's put it in writing and.
It's in writing, I just handed it
Please
to you.
allow
I
board
do
to
not know
conduct
what
their
this is
business.
right
Well,
Right now, we have a very limited thing that we need to do right now.
So-
It'll be in the minutes a year from now because they won't put it in.
Well, we
Until
can, wait,
Is
we
it true?
can.
You made that
yeah.
suggestion when you came in
Yeah.
and we're taking it under advisement. We didn't deny the fact that we're not gonna institute a second meeting. All we said to you was thank you for bringing bringing all of this to our attention. Okay? We're not gonna spend this evening defending ourselves or what has happened in the past. We wanna thank you as constituents for bringing this terrible situation to our attention.
You
We're
are
gonna ask you
responsible for the
Put
taxpayers'
your
money.
accusations in writing and present them
I
properly.
did.
Oh, they've been
Okay.
writing money.
Again,
I think there is a.
we're talking.
Maybe Julia's not forwarding it all to you, but she has,
But
Quite a few.
now you've been gracious enough to provide a copy for us.
yes,
Okay.
now you have a copy, so I'd
Okay.
like to hear.
Okay, so we need some time to look at what you're asking for and to amongst ourselves decide how best to proceed. That's what we're asking for. We're not denying anything.
But you're
Madam Chair,
responsible
lady.
for a large amount of money.
Okay.
You are.
You
Yeah, you
can't
are.
not be active if you're responsible
let's-
for the
let's not-
whole
Let's not,
amount of money.
let's not
Okay.
discuss. This is big accusation.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm not
It's not
making
a
accusations, I'm asking you to clarify the cap hours
Big
for
accusation.
each job that he has appointed
Right
himself.
now, there is, from what I understand, the township employs an official authorized auditing firm that does the audits for the township.
So Jacob is in control of appointing himself all the hours he
No, there
wants
is- there
for
is-
whatever pay he wants, is basically what you're saying.
We haven't said anything. We're
That's what I'm
asking
saying. You're saying.
for
there is
us to review the
No,
accusations.
I'd like to know exactly what the cap hours are for each position he's appointed himself to.
The Board of Auditors has no authority to impose a cap for.
Yes, they do.
Oh, don't you have to go
Absolutely, yes, they
start
do.
with that. We can go back. I
Again.
advise you go on YouTube.
I
and
have
watch the archive.
paper
Madam Chair.
right here.
You have a right to restore order.
Yes,
You're intervening.
let's restore order to the meeting. Right now,
Robert,
we
you
have
have something to say, can you please add it?
Can I say something?
Yes.
Mr. Lovers.
Seems to me there are three questions that you are before you. One, which is really the reason for this meeting is, what is the rate of the supervisors going to be for the coming year? I won't speak to that. And as far as Michael, Albert and I are concerned, we don't take anything anyway. So whatever goes up by or down by, it's immaterial to us. And whatever it is, I think it's fairly small. I won't even get into that. The next question is, do we need more help in the township? And I will only say this, that as a holdover from a past administration, which was the Brian Barrett administration, and somebody I have say great respect for and miss in a lot of ways. It was a very much simpler township.
It was
First of
better
all,
run.
I did the website, which was badly done, but we did something with what we had. Everything else was either Brian or a secretary who kept the books. And as far as right to know, I don't think I ever saw a right to know request. It was fairly new, I think, at the time, but we never had to deal with it. Now we have a situation where, first of all, the website has become a major part of the communication of the township. I would just estimate that if we went out to an outside service, they'd probably charge us at least $25,000 a year to keep it up. Then there's the right to knows, which come in like a blizzard. And I'm not talking about people here who submit them, I'm talking about lawyers who are involved in suits against the township, which blanket us with right to know requests, which take weeks to start and sort through. This has become a major problem for the staff, and the staff being Julia and her assistant Jennifer. That's why we need help there. The third is grants. When in a previous administration, once in a while we got a grant. Now we've become very aggressive in trying to get grants for all kinds of things, parks. What else I can't remember, but there's a lot of grants that go on here. Sewers goes on and on and on. Somebody's got to write up all the grants. So there's a lot of work to be done. And I'm not saying who should do it or what it is, but it's a lot of work and there's nobody doing it right now. And the third thing is, I think, a question of how much it actually is, and only Julia can answer that because she's involved in it every day. So those are three things, but the only thing you're concerned, I think, here with is what's the rate? And I could care less about that. Jacob probably feels differently because he's gonna get paid. I don't get paid anything. Michael doesn't get paid anything. The only thing we get from this township is the state mandated supplement of $2,500 a year. That's it. Thank you.
Well, you're not greedy, you did the right thing, Robert.
You wanted the right
If
thing.
we're gonna hire
And also,
somebody.
Julia, if you need assistance, I'm very good at research. If you need help.
And Robert, Brian did all the right to knows and they came in and went right out. I know you wanna sit there and bad mouthing, but he didn't raise our taxes like this kid has done. This place isn't a nice place anymore, it always
Okay.
was.
So piggyback to everything, my request as a previous auditor. Jacob has not requested an increase of the hourly rate,
He's
it's a
requested
good
more
political
jobs.
gain that he did, it's a good, movement. I request that you put a cap hour, because since he's the only supervisor that has been employed as an employee of the township with 4 different job descriptions. I don't want him to take the whole budget of the 60,000 something that they put aside for the supervisors. So maybe that's something that you might want to consider, put up cap hours, and then it should not go over and take the whole budget money.
What
That
about,
is well within your rights.
right about the extra money he took that over and above that he said he was gonna,
Well, that's something that we will, again, I think that one of you made the suggestion that we'll have the minutes,
Yes.
which then I would, sit with the chair and the other member of the board for us to get our arms around everything we've been told tonight. I just want to thank you for bringing it to our
Auditors
attention.
Rose Davis and Audrey Hopper, they'll be glad to also share the information also. And also, we did have a lawsuit that Jacob opened against the Board of Auditors. And that's how he got his increase. I was never against it. It's on the paper, it's on the minutes. I never approved the audit report because I didn't think, I have no knowledge, I have knowledge, but it's not my job because you have a CPA. So I'm thankful that you changed the job description of that a little bit. But again, control his hours. Put the cap hours for each job description, break it down.
I don't
Okay.
see how you can approve anything tonight if you didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, if you don't know, then you're gonna have to table it.
Training, I mean, it's
Well,
like,
No,
You're gonna have to do some research before you approve anything.
No, they could still pass the hourly rate because it has not increased.
It has not.
You don't want to do the.
Okay, so that's fine, the hourly rate is fine.
Unless
We would like to
unless
get-
they wanna decrease it, that's a different story.
I think it should.
We already.
I think you should look into some things though.
It's not looking for a raise.
I know, but we've already approved the salary.
Sure. No, we haven't,
No, we
need to vote
haven't.
on that.
Okay.
Yes.
And if we need some more help, why does it have to be
Yeah, I
Jacob? Why
think-
don't we go out there and look?
Yeah, I think,
Look, I'm here,
So with all-
I'm good at research,
With all due
If you need
respect,
help,
so
I'll
the
do it
order
for
of
free.
business that we're asking for is the hourly rate, the employee mileage rate, same as the IRS, and then consistent with the full-time benefits, consistent with the personnel manual, which at this point.
I think since there is no, salary raise, like no,
No
then
increase.
I think we should really take a vote on this, and then we look at we'll do the minutes, we can review the information, have another
What about,
meeting.
what about the
For
cap
the-
hours?
We'll need to look into that.
So
Okay,
you
right now
want-
we just
so
do the
you-
hourly.
you-
So you can't give an hourly rate without a cap hour. That's what I'm wondering, if you're gonna approve the hourly
Well, we'll
rate,
need to,
can you please say what's the cap hours on each one of these job descriptions?
Well, we can make.
And you can make that decision, yes, you can,
That's not-
and if you need more time, we can table it for another meeting.
Just said. we
You
can't-
need to look it up. But it is within your power to set cap hours.
I-
well,
We-
yes.
I think
correct.
So you can do the hourly rate all day long, but you can't just let him freely take 9,000 hours to do nothing.
Full-time employment is,
Julia.
Full-time employment is not
What you said.
more than $2,000 a month.
Auditors has no
No
authority to impose an hourly cap. on employees.
Actually, they do, they
They
have to hold accountable.
ask that GPT, depending on how you phrase the question.
If you think I get my information from ChatGPT.
So you're saying,
I don't even use ChatGPT.
Julie, you're stating
You
right
want
now.
this
in
paperwork?
public-
I'm sorry,
Stop.
please,
Please
lie
sit
down,
down.
there's a gentleman that.
You're stating out in a public forum that the Board of Auditors have no right for the cap hour. Is that my understanding? So why do we have legalized minutes approved, signed by you in 2022, 2023,
As
and
I
by
said
Lois
at the
too?
beginning of the meeting. when
Then you
this
could
was
have,
brought
you
up
guys
the
could have
first
stopped
time,
the cap hour.
the Board of
You wanted to
Supervisors
introduce an
and
hour.
I'm sorry, can you please let
Can you?
Julie
I have-
answer?
I have documentation that they absolutely can.
We've gone through this with the solicitor from the township. We did take the auditors and did start a lawsuit, and it was determined through that process that the Board of Auditors does not have any authority to set a cap.
Can we?
Yeah.
So who
That
makes
is-
the cap?
Let me finish.
Who makes the cap?
I'm
done
talking. If
Julia, you're completely out of line.
Please, you're.
I really request that you show the same respect to me that I have shown to you,
You don't yell at the public, excuse me.
and the public does not yell at me.
I'm not yelling.
So, like I
I
said,
suggest,
the Board of Auditors does not have any authority to set a cap for the supervisors. The supervisors willingly set caps for themselves in the past to maintain that while 3 of them were working, they did not go over the budget.
And they weren't
Because
greedy like Jacob.
Jacob is the only individual who is currently working. The board, just like in 2025, does not feel that it is important to set a working cap because he will be a full-time employee. Which means he will be working 40 hours a week, which means 2,080 hours a year.
Why do we have to hire him? Because nobody else will. I mean, why do we have to be stuck with him with his hand in the cookie jar?
Let Todd speak.
Okay. I literally have no clue to where we are on this. I got some really simple questions, okay? Yes, I know Jacob's the webmaster. Great, I wouldn't want the job. Assistant Township Secretary, prior to the new fiscal year, did you assist as a secretary of the township?
did I do administrative work? Yes.
Okay. My next question was, why did we not advertise the position before we gave it to you? I'm just gonna skip down here because I'm completely lost.
Last year, for the past few years, he only described him as a webmaster, but we charge hours for webmaster.
Oh, all right, so
I'm sure they need help in I see in the.
Yeah, but I think that like the public was willing to help.
The tax manager is able to direct the work in the office in that position. And if they've needed anything on that part-time availability, I've been able to do that, so it.
You're able to step in and help out.
Yes, so
Okay.
that was how it's been,
Okay.
yes.
Next one is, Robert, can you explain this? Economical development and sustainability officer, what is it?
Bringing in, new business development to the township and, guarding against and promoting things like recycling. That's it.
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
you're
Are
actually
we
trying to
working
be
on
involved,
getting a recycling center?
and you're actually trying to not be involved in that.
Okay, all right, and, Michael is an assistant special projects manager. Can someone give me an example of what special projects he's held in that?
So that was a working title, so neither Robert nor Michael have pursued employment in the last 2 years. So, this year inclusive, so.
They're
The
not.
rate-
So
the
only
rates-
Jacob is getting
The
paid.
the rates are set in the event that they would do work. In this case.
In those areas,
Yes, and in this case, they haven't.
It's
okay?
only Jacob getting
Because
paid.
I mean, any special project we have an engineer here. Employed by the township that would oversee any project that required engineering.
Well, it wouldn't, there's no engineering involved in any of this, this would have been. For example, Michael's worked to renegotiate contracts with sports leagues.
Okay,
So-
like he did with the baseball, the little league team.
Yes, they were
Okay.
working on that, so
Okay.
that would have been one of them, he elected not to pursue any compensation for it, but that would have been something he could have. Because
Okay,
it's separate from just being.
and then the mileage rate, what are we getting mileage rate for?
It's set by the
Were you
federal,
driving from your mom's house to here?
and just so you're aware,
Is that when you go from here?
That's it, if I
For
were
a
to use
job.
my personal vehicle for township business, which I have only selectively in the past, like. Theoretically, be like from here to Bushkill for the Bushkill Emergency Corps meeting, or something like PSATs. Historically, I only went to PSATs this past year, but we took, I drove myself down for that. So.
Okay, so you're basically saying maybe 10 or 15 times out of 100 times, you use your own personal vehicle.
Oh, it's very rare. I don't know
Very
that, yeah.
Okay, I mean, I get it, I get it, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what it all is.
Sure.
And then, supervisors, employee full-time benefits. So. Just trying to, so we're saying we wanna give full-time benefits to Michael, Robert, and you,
No,
supervisors.
no, so if you wanted to receive benefits as just a supervisor, the township cannot have a plan, for example, that would discriminate in favor of supervisors, so our plans only cover people that are full-time. So.
So only you.
So there are other plans, I think it's the vision and the dental, that you can take without, being employed the 40 hours. So I think in the past supervisors have done that, so in this case, I'm still on a separate healthcare plan, I would be until at least September.
Okay, I'm,
Just to
Under
be,
your mom's.
I'm just,
benefits are a major thing,
sure,
everyone needs healthcare.
yeah, and we budgeted accordingly.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get,
No, I'm just,
yeah,
I appreciate the good faith
but-
questions.
but. So. In all your roles here in the township. Approximately how many hours a week are we looking at? 35 to 40?
Oh, yeah, it's 40.
Or less?
With this, it's 40.
Uh,
Currently.
this year you'll be the full-time employee, right?
Correct. In the
Full-time
past, it
employee,
was-
40 hours
yes,
a week,
in the
like
past,
you said.
All
Correct.
overtime, right?
Correct.
So there's a cap hours.
Well, the full-time.
Is it
employee
40 hours
is-
per job?
No,
Or is it 40 hours?
So
in-
like
it's 40 hours in total.
you
We
were
presented-
part-time?
if you're.
we presented one job
That
description.
I get where they're coming from.
payment of overtime, excuse me,
It's 40 hours, I
Job
mean,
description.
cheaper 20 hours.
excuse me,
I get
I
it.
get it,
excuse me.
sorry.
in the case, when you mention the words overtime, okay? I can speak to this issue because I have 25 years' experience as a human resource manager and director. There's something called exempt and non-exempt, okay?
Okay.
If you're an exempt employee, you're salaried, and if you earn $1,000 a week, you're gonna get that $1,000 a week, whether you work 40 or 50 hours.
Right.
If
Right.
you're non-exempt, then you get the benefit of an overtime.
Okay,
It's
but
my understanding
he
that the
wears several
positions that
hats.
we're talking about are all exempt. Now, if that's not the case, we need to know about it. And it's my assumption that our chair lady will make the request, right? So again, we're having these long discussions. There are a lot of accusations being made. The Board of Auditors needs to better understand what we can and cannot do. And we need your information. Some of you have already submitted it in writing. For those of you who have made accusations, I want them in writing, as does the chair lady.
You will get that provided, provided you.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, fine. Everything that you've given us tonight will become part of the record as Madam Chair Lady requests.
Jacob, could we see your diploma from the issue?
I'm not showing that my diploma, Pam.
I have another question that we could maybe consider. Other than the road department, I think everyone in this building should be salary. And that's set by whoever sets it. But other than the road crew who have to go out and salt roads, clean up trees that fall at all times of the hour or whatever, those guys, I believe, should be exempt from a salary position. But I mean, if you're in the office, you know you're working 40 hours, 5 days a week, I think everyone here should be on salary.
Agreed.
And then we don't have any of the, you went over 400 hours, or you took $2,500, oh, but you're entitled to that, so don't worry about it. Let's quit pointing fingers and come up with a plan.
I agree.
Salary, 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 salary. Those guys that work out there in the cold, the rain every day, should get paid by the hour and get overtime if it's feasible and warranted.
And they do.
And that's all I have to say.
I was
Thank you for
second
your
what
time.
Todd said.
Okay, at this point, I would like to do the.
Say the rate.
No, they.
The rate of pay.
Because that.
Let's do that. Then we discuss, we set up a meeting to review, approve the minutes so that they're available, right? And then we discuss everything that was brought up.
Give us time to investigate the accusation.
Yeah.
And then you have the mileage rate and item C.
Sure, okay, so, let's set the supervisor employee rate of pay at 27.39, which is not the raise, it stays the same from last year. All in favor?
I need a second on the motion first.
Okay, so
Bonnie
I'll make the
seconded,
motion to
I'm
increase.
sorry.
Bonnie, would you second the motion?
Yes,
Yeah.
I will
But
second.
you can't increase it.
It's not an increase.
It's not-
It's not an increase, it's paid.
Remaining the
It's
same.
remaining the same.
It's still remaining from last year, the same thing.
Okay.
It's just a
I'd
statement.
like to see some training and some more involvement with the cameras.
You guys
I
gotta,
just come here one time and.
you just said increase, and it's staying the
Yes,
same.
let's do the mileage rate right now. So we'd like to set the mileage rate to follow the IRS mileage.
Make a statement.
Sure.
on the mileage. So I've asked permission from the chair lady to make a statement on the mileage. So in addition to the work that I do here, I'm a constituent advisor for State Representative Tara Probst in the 189. You are part of the 189. The mileage rate has been set by the federal government. It's been accepted by the state of Pennsylvania. And so that is the rate that should be paid.
So that rate
I would-
is,
What is this?
I think 72.5 cents.
Right,
Per mile.
so I will make a motion to accept the rate of pay for mileage.
I will second it.
The board agrees.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Jacob, how far is your mom's house from here?
Let's please not.
But what are we gonna do though,
do
when
this.
the wages weren't supposed to be increased, is it like a 6-year term? What they got paid in the first year was supposed to go on through to the 6th.
Well,
Jacob saw,
here, it's from
It's in
last
the-
year to this year.
it's in the section slash town.
It's not
code, you
true,
can
it
read it.
also didn't change, but.
Okay.
And
It's
we're
off,
gonna-
to our knowledge now, it's not changing, so it's remaining the same as it was in the beginning.
You haven't, you have not increased their wages at all?
We are discussing this, not
Check it out,
increase of a rate.
or you
This is
answer.
what we're doing right now.
But he already went $4,000.
And there's the approved supervisor employee full-time benefits per personnel manual, and that's Jacob becoming a full-time employee of the
Correct,
town.
that is the benefits, which includes the PTO and whatnot, it's in our manual, which happy to give you I think Julie actually did give you a whole copy of.
Okay. This is here, okay, all in,
I made the motion, Donnie said.
Can I ask who hires Jacob? Robert, do you?
What?
Did you hire Jacob, you and Michael? Or did he just find himself to be a full-time employee?
No, we thought it was a good idea.
He didn't wanna
Maybe
work
you
around
should
it.
advertise the job, maybe there's someone in the residence,
How can you,
that wanna take the job.
how can you say it's a good idea with what he's done with our tax?
yes.
Not the tax.
Based on what we
She needs
need
to make a
to
motion
be
to
done, is
adjourn.
what they'll cost us versus other people that we
He's
speak.
got to be trusted.
It's telling you, I think it's a economically, beneficial to us to hire him rather than go out.
Well, it's been shown by our tax increase, he's not capable.
I don't think it's a tax increase.
Make copies
No, there was none.
of the application.
They're trying to figure out all the stuff that they missed from the whole year, that they haven't been able.
She can make a motion to adjourn.
That's what she said.
And to us, it was an economic benefit.
I,
You could disagree with that, so.
but you should look other places.
There's an audit.
Sort of things that you do. Straight to a traffic. It's not.
I don't like.
What's all the whispering going on over there? Sounds like you don't know what you're doing.
We can hear you.
We have the right to caucus in any meeting, whoever's saying that.
It's someone on Zoom.
It's on
It's
Zoom.
not anyone in.
It's not in.
All right, well,
Sounds
Mr. Zoom, whoever you are, we have the right to caucus as in leadership in any meeting.
Everybody,
Well, I don't
thank you very
appreciate everybody talking at once. We hear everybody over there whispering. Let's get it together over there.
Well, thank you for
Thank
bringing
you
that
very
to our attention.
Thank you very much for all the information. Again, we've finished with our business right now for today. I make a motion to adjourn, and we will meet again to approve the meetings, the minutes, so that.
Do we have a date on that when we're meeting again? Because
Yeah,
they're allowed minutes.
They're
and then
allowed
also-
to decide on their own.
Yeah,
and
not
we
right
will-
now, we need to.
Are you
have our
gonna
lives
post it,
and
Mr.
schedule.
Webmaster?
Yes.
And it will be posted.
Okay.
I will second the
Making
motion
sure.
to adjourn.
Yes,
Quick question before you go,
so the meeting is adjourned, thank you very much.
that's a quick question before you go.
The public
All
is
the other
talking.
stuff that you asked about, will that come to light also in your next meeting?
I'm sorry, come again?
All the stuff that they proposed to you, will that come to light in the next meeting also?
Well, I'm not sure, there's a lot of questions that were, there's a lot of general information.
I'm just
Yeah.
curious,
A lot of
about,
different
because you can't adjourn without public comment.
They took public.
It is
Thank
like
you.
obviously
You've got-
on
you've
the,
got-
on the agenda.
Meeting's been adjourned, but we'll take that into consideration for the next meeting.
I think there
Okay,
was.
the which will be posted,
So there is no public comment?
and it won't
Well,
be a year from now, right?
No, there's no public comment on at the end of
It's
Yeah,
literally on the agenda.
The meeting is adjourned.
See, look,
It says, public comment right there.
number 8, number 7, public comment. We're
Well,
gonna
there
skip
was
that.
one.
There was a lot, but it wasn't a public comment for people such.
There's back and forth that's allowed.
But that's
But
okay, I'll
also-
come back.
We can, if you're not gonna wait a year and we're gonna have another meeting, we'll be back. I'd appreciate it not to be a year from now.
Okay,
If it is, trust me, I'll be looking into it
okay.
as a resident.
Good.
But as a we'd like to see what training and what your involvement is in the township.
Yeah, we'd like to see you on more meetings, probably pay a little bit of better attention. I did give my writings
Yeah.
You'll have to.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we're gonna-
Actually.
We can correct.